Hello, folks. Welcome back with Excursion with Pat on today's Miramichi latest update. So there was a meeting on August 4th the other day about proposing a zoning bylaw change 110 to zone R-4 zoning area near between Alexis Street and Norma Street near the multiplex is proposed that would increase a number of residential units that can be built with these zones by 50%. And there's a lot of residents in that subdivision that are opposing it. I can't blame them, but they were all at that meeting sharing their thoughts. I think there was 44 letters, emails, phone calls. But let's get down to it and find out where exactly is it over Google Earth and find a little bit more information about this. Thank you, everybody, for coming in with Excursions with Pat, Miramichi News. If you'd like to follow my content, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Now, let's get to our story of the night. So just to let you know exactly where this location is, if you look on the map on the right side, you got Alexis Street on the top, and then down below you got Norma Street. And off on top to the right, you can see a big rectangle. That's the proposed site where the apartments are, 4 zone apartments where they wanted to go. So it's my understanding there's between 90 or 140 units possibility. I'm not exactly sure, but they are high-end apartments that's around 4 to 5 in stories. So it could house 90, could house 147. I'm not exactly sure. But in that area is called a green space. There's a proposed rezoning in Miramichi that has some residents concerned about the future of the green space around Alexis Street and Norma Street. The proposal would change the land from recreation and green space to residential, which could potentially allow apartment development. But residents have more than just concerns about losing green space. They are also safety concerns, especially for children who currently share the road with traffic in this area. If a large apartment development goes ahead, residents are asking whether there could be a lot more vehicles using Alexis Street and Norma Street. And that raises a very important question. All right, just to get a better look exactly where it is, I'm going to go to Google Earth and show you exactly where this location is. So right here is the multiplex, and right here this is the one big subdivision where all those folks are living. This right here is Alexis Street, and right here is Norma Street. Now the proposal is to make a new road coming up here, and I guess down the back behind all these houses coming down here. But if you look pretty closely, as shown in a different image, these are all wetlands. These are all wetlands here. So if they decide to put this here, right here, all these apartments, they're going to be building on wetlands. And, you know, as you all know, what happened over at the Chatham base, the big mall that's over there. I think there were Zellers or whatever else was over there, Cowboys. That whole area was built on wetlands. And eventually it started sinking and sunk. And that's why that is not there anymore, because it was built on wetlands. So that's another topic that they didn't bring up. This is all wet. It's all wet. There's like little rivers, or not river, like little ponds. There's like 5 little ponds, one here, there, and there. Built to traffic coming here. There'd be traffic coming this way, traffic going that way. Why couldn't they just build the existing? So if they put the apartment here, why couldn't they build a road coming this way? This right here, this right over here. This is where the mall is. That's Walmart. This is A&W. So there's an intersection right here. Why couldn't they build the road coming this way over here and connect instead of going through this. There's a lot of people living in here. Why couldn't they just build a road over here into the apartment building, or connect to the multi-complex road over here? But they probably won't do that because they have big plans to put commercial properties here later on. But why couldn't they, if they do build an apartment here, put the road on this side going out? That's my thoughts on it. All right, so what I was saying on the Google Maps, as you can tell from the image here, these are the 5 locations where the wetlands are. So if they decide to build this here, there's a possibility, if they don't do it right, these apartments will sink. I mean, they call it wetlands for a reason. So that's my thoughts on it. And one more thing, if you don't know what R-4 is, so these are the zoning definition mentioned, what the city of Miramichi explained. So what R1 is a single detached home. So it's just a regular bungalow home. R2 allows slightly more flexible low density housing. R3 medium density is like townhouses, row homes, small little apartments, like maybe 1 or 2 stories. But R4 zone is high density housing, like a 3, 4, 5 story homes that holds at least 30 to 36 units. So just a little explanation what that means. All right, so before we see the reaction of the residents in that area, subdivision area, for the proposed rezoning area for R4, they're really mad. They didn't get a lot of time to prep. They're looking to have another public hearing so they can talk more about it. But they're mostly upset because they were told years ago that the green space that's there now, that nothing would happen to it. Even the people that lives on Norman Street, at one time they were looking to purchase it and they were denied it. And they were told that there was nothing going to happen to there. Now the city is deciding to put something there, and the residents are up in arms, and of course they are. So we're just going to play the video, and you can hear from the residents how they feel about the situation.
I appreciate the opportunity to speak today regarding the proposed rezoning behind our property, and I'd like to explain a few of my concerns. Regarding the land itself, my understanding is that area was originally intended to serve as a green space buffer between existing homes and future development. Whether or not that intention still exists today, it is clear that this green space has become an important part of our neighborhood. It provides privacy, helps define the character of the area, and contributes to the quality of life that residents have enjoyed for years. Instead of looking at trees, many of us would be looking at 3-story apartment complexes that overlook our backyards and into our homes. The parking lot would also spill light into nearby properties, further reducing our privacy. More residents means more vehicles, deliveries, and activity in a neighborhood that was designed around lower density housing. Our neighborhood has also no community sidewalks, meaning pedestrians and vehicles all share the same roadway. I believe those impacts deserve careful consideration before moving forward. Another concern is stormwater management. Many homes in this area do not have sump pumps because they were built around the existing drainage patterns. If this development changes, how is water directed or absorbed? I would ask council to ensure that the surrounding homeowners are not left dealing with unintended drainage problems in the future.
The council and for the mayor is to just deeply consider, if you lived in this neighborhood, or if it was your kids or your grandkids living in this neighborhood, when you're thinking about that driving home tonight, what decision would you make?
When I drive around the community, I see all kinds of signs saying that there's rental property still available. So I wonder why we need to build more. That was one of my questions. Years ago when the Walmart came in, the residents of Norma Street asked to buy the property behind us, and we were refused because we were told that not to worry, it would never become anything but a green space. Our taxes have increased and increased and increased. We're looking to downsize our home, and we're wondering, well, are we going to be able to get what we put into our home when we sell it? Accidents for children. I personally like to get on my bike and bike all the time. The traffic that's going to be coming through our neighborhood is going to be overwhelming. The kids that you see walking on the streets every day, from the daycare, kids in the neighborhood, I just look at safety all around.
If these buildings get built and they don't look after them, it's going to be an awful eyesore. You can't tear them down.
Have any of you on the council been to the hospital lately? You haven't got the infrastructure. You haven't got the schooling to house. If these people come here with kids, it's going to overrun Gretna Green School. A school that you built in Newcastle, they had to add more to it. They're still going to add more people to it because the middle school is not going to have enough space for the kids. They're going to have to build that. The children in our neighborhood are not going to be safe whatsoever. Think of the kids.
You know, we're 63 and 66. We should not have to go door to door with a petition to protect our neighborhood and to protect our home. And it was humiliating and it was humbling. But yet you do what you have to do. I said to Stephen, I will move if this happens. And he said, then we're going to do everything. We're going to fight. We're going to do what we have to do. And so he's been at the prison for 32 years. And when he left, he just wanted to pull back from life. And that's what he's done. He's pulled back to the golf course. He's pulled back to friends. He's pulled back from fighting. And this is what brought him back into fighting. And it shouldn't have had to, because it was established under 7353C 23 years ago. And it wasn't, everybody's using the term, including myself. We use the term gifted, we use the term promise, we use the term assured, we use the term committed, but it wasn't. It was vested. Vested is a whole different ballgame. It was legally accepted as land for public purposes, meaning they don't own it like a developer. It isn't your land. It was just entrusted to you to protect us.
Well, there you go, Habit. There's a few more people that were up, but if you do want to watch the full video, it's over 3 hours. I watched the whole video. You just go to City Miramichi live stream, and you can watch the whole video there over again. But yeah, people are mostly upset about apartment getting built there. They're upset. There's going to be a lot of traffic, and I didn't realize, and I was up in that area. There's no sidewalk. So everybody, the cars and the residents, they're sharing the road. So now that you have traffic driving on there, it's going to be quite dangerous for the young kids. And somebody was saying earlier in that video that there's a daycare that goes up and down the road to a playground. So it's definitely going to be lots to think about. The councillors got lots to think about. But like I mentioned earlier in the video, perhaps they can reroute instead of putting the road over here, right here to these apartments. Put the road over here. This way here, it will stay away from all these houses. Look at them all. There's probably 40 or 50 of them right here alone. So if they put the apartments here on this wetlands, they can just, reroute the road over here to this little intersection. That would work. That's my thoughts anyway. I'm not sure what your thoughts are, but I just want to get this video out and show people what's going on, that they want to rezone that area into R-4 and put a bunch of apartments. And not only that, it's definitely going to bring up the property taxes, people's value of homes. People can't afford much now as it is, but hopefully they will figure it out. I think the next meeting is September 15th for the second reading. And hopefully something will happen. So it must be pretty tough. Like everybody's taxes went up, property tax went up. It's getting really, really expensive. So the biggest issue in that area that I seen, and I was there today, and I seen it. It's the Alexis Street and Norma Street where it meets, and then it connects right to the multiplex. So it's going to be a lot of high traffic there for sure. But thanks for everybody coming in. Leave a comment below. What's your thoughts? Hopefully this video helps a little bit. Just what I've seen. There's a lot of good people in that subdivision area. They all care. They all look after each other. It's a real nice community up there. I have friends that lives up that area as well. And hopefully they'll figure it out. Thanks for coming in with Excursion with Pat. Today's Miramichi News. Until next time, take care.